I was doing
Oh,
a
I
countdown.
see. I thought you were saying there was going to be one pro game. I was thinking, well, that's a bit stingy. They've never
probably
ever
just
just given us one game, have they? Ever?
No,
No,
I don't think
it's going to be, since it's
I don't-
October, it's going to be scary themes, I think.
it'll be.
Scary themes.
We'll
That's
get
interesting.
Friday the 13th.
I think everybody's
by
been talking
Daylight.
about the Addams Family. The Addams Family.
Yeah.
They're
That
talking
could
about
be.
the Addams Family game.
Yeah.
It would be nice. I hope Darkwood would make a nice,
How
scary
irritating!
game.
How irritated would people be if Dead by Daylight became a pro game?
That would be great.
It could be, couldn't it,
would,
though?
Hey, a lot of people would play.
Yeah.
Would play.
I mean, it's been there for a while, and they dropped the price, didn't they, recently?
It's still a popular game, though, too, isn't it?
Yeah, massive.
I mean, for most, and it's not like they're not adding things. They're constantly adding down. Oh, I almost said downloadable.
Hello, Dre.
Dre. How are
But
you,
they're always adding stuff. So because I did it, Ray, since I saw that there was a poll on whether Mafia was ever going to show up, I figured, we'll just throw an image back there. So I mean, this is like a daily thing for me, anyways. I get
That's Mafia 3, right? Isn't that Mafia 3?
Yeah. That's my all of them.
Trilogy, isn't it?
Mafia 3 is by far my favorite. I don't know if I would ever
5.
stream it though.
I was
don't know if I
watching
could stream
5,
that.
and Clive said Mafia 1 should be a pro game that we might get, but I don't think we're gonna see it.
Well, my thing is, I would love to
now,
see
though.
all of them. I love the third one, but I mostly like it for the cars, the open world environment,
which is the one set in New Orleans.
That would be
the third one.
That's a fantastic game. Only for the fact that you can collect porno mags. That's the only reason I like it, to be fair. Well,
I like the cars and the music.
The cars and the music is the best.
It's a strong language, though. Strong language. What's up,
If
Kodak?
Mafia 3 was on Stadia, would you stream it?
If Mafia 3 was on Stadia, would you stream it?
Hell yeah, I would stream it.
Oh, well, no, you know what? I probably
story is
wouldn't.
amazing.
You'd get copyright
great.
strikes all over the place.
Well,
wouldn't you?
if you turn, but let's say you turn off the music though.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
But
What if you sing?
see,
with the
I
music?
don't know if I would. But
What
the
if you
language,
sing
though,
with the music?
the language is the issue that I'm. Is that something? Do you think YouTube?
Well,
would shut down?
last I looked, it was American. What language are you
Hey,
watching it in?
let me. No. Let me.
No. Ray knows
This
what
what
Ray
you
N word. Let me tell you. In fact, I know you love playing that in the background, huh? Hearing that over and over and over again. Hey, Ray, shout out to you, Ray.
we aren't actually live, ladies and gents. This is our preamble bit. Now, I got told off last week when I did this, and Ray wasn't aware, so I had to wait for him to come in and warm up before I could do it. So
I didn't
apologies
get
for
to
that.
see the countdown. I just came in. Hey, man, we're live.
Yeah. Do you know what I was gonna give the guys and girls that turned up early a little treat, guys. As you know, we've got a big show launching on Thursday. I thought before we roll the actual titles, I would play a small snippet of the unique new intro to Housemates. What do you reckon? I mean, I'm going to pull it before the really fun stuff kicks in, but just to get a little bit of, because it gets into your ear, the theme tune, right? It's a unique theme tune. It's unique to the show. It gets into your ear and it never gets out again. Are you ready? Should I do it? Just 5 seconds, less than that, 2 seconds of it. You ready?
Right, go for it.
Let's get this party started.
That's all you're getting.
Man,
I was about to break out into dance.
Come on, man. You forgot the dance stuff.
No, it goes on. I mean, it's 2 more seconds of it. Ready?
Yeah, come on.
Let's get this party started.
That's all you're getting. I'm not playing, because then the next thing will just have you in stitches, and then it goes on. So you're gonna have to come back on Thursday and watch.
Clive, OMG, what was that?
Yeah, but it's amazing, Clive. Honestly, people were going to be talking about it for days. That gets into your head. It will be a number one. Only you won't be able to download it. But it is still a great. You just have to keep watching it on loop.
That intro's going to go gold.
Absolutely. Guys, how are you? How have you
Doing
been?
good.
Doing great. There's
I kind
a
of
lot
feel like I
there's
want
some
to.
news that came out
Kind of
today.
feel like I want to play the titles and just get on with it because it's an exciting one today. What do you reckon? I've got
I
kind
say
of
go.
title mania now.
Well, I watched Clive's show. He got me pumped up. The Addams Family might be Mafia One.
Bat Pixie makes a good point though. That could.
What he says.
There's another one. Avengers was just announced for Xbox Game Pass, and it will
Yep.
be on September 30th for all platforms.
Yeah.
Xbox for PC, console, and cloud. So could it go to Stadia Pro?
No,
You don't think so?
No,
No.
says
No.
Ray.
no. I think
Ray
it's
knows.
Ray's
October.
been saying, but really, folks,
I know
Ray's
I've
been
been
saying
wrong.
Mafia's going to show up
every
for.
show.
Ray's been
It's
showcasing
October.
Mafia
It
for the
is
last 3.
Halloween. I think the Addams Family fits in with their
They don't
Darkwood
do
would
that,
be a
Ray.
nice scary game.
They've
Stadia
never done
games.
themed drops, have they? I can't
Yes,
remember. Even holidays.
Did we get a Christmas theme drop? I don't think
we
we
did
did.
get a Christmas
What
Pro
game?
game.
What game is
What was it?
Christmas themed?
The Chaluta, whatever.
Oh yeah,
the
we did.
Christmas-
Yeah, saves
Yeah,
Christmas.
yeah.
He's right.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, saves Christmas. He's true. He's true.
All right,
Do you know what? I'm doing it. Happy Tuesday. Happy Twasday. More like it. Happy morning, because it's morning. It's morning for both of you guys, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
one's
I'm
kind
still
of
gonna wait
near
for
a
another
midday.
hour and 15
47
minutes.
a.m. About to after the show have some waffles,
Wow.
some bacon and eggs.
Happy Waffles Day to you, Ray.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry to see your head's in bandage. By the way,
Yeah, well, I took him out of the trunk before so he could make it to the show on time.
do you know in our day you'd see if you ever watch Coronation Street, the old ladies would have one of those, Ray, and they'd have their perm being done under the heater thing, just
What
to
are you
keep
trying
it
to call
nice.
me, Rod? Rod, what are you trying to call me?
Let's
I'm just
continue
saying.
this.
I'm just saying that's what used to happen. That's all. So anyway, welcome to Rock Reveal. We'll be joined shortly, I'm sure, by John. But in the meantime, look at these wonderful guys. Look, we've got Aaron is right in the middle of some kind of police disaster going on there.
I just walked out my house and this is what's going on. I mean, I don't know what to
He's
say.
got Mafia 3 in the background.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is he
No, that's
tempting
just
fate, Ray?
That's a scene out of my own backyard. Put me behind the wheel. That's what happens.
You know, I kind of believe that, Aaron, as well. I sort of would expect to see that kind of a thing if I went outside your backyard.
I feel like that would be the comment from everybody. They usually, it would not surprise me if everybody just assumed
You've
that.
seen my uncover head only once in my life.
He makes a fair point. He makes a... Come on, Ray, take it off. Let's see what beauty lies within.
Hold on. You got to say thank you to Cult of Stadia for that little shout out there.
Yeah.
What do you keep
awful nice of them.
Hey, I got a game for you guys. Animal.
Yeah,
are we
thanks,
gonna hear
Colt.
anything on Animal Royale?
That's how I sound all the time on stream.
Well, you said
mumbling.
all this last week, Ray. You Animal Royale.
Well, super. I can see that one.
I can't see it happening. You do. Yeah. What are you saying, Ewan? What are you trying to say about my
Jesus.
friend?
I don't want to know where this is going.
I'm not even touching that.
That's what she said.
Where's Lee when we need him to make these jokes in the comments?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He's walking somebody's dog. He's got to make a living. We've all got to do it.
Right.
So it's what day is it, fellas? Well, it's September the 28th. I can't believe it's almost October. But the good news for us is that
Crazy.
if we do get a This Week on Stadia, we'll find out what the pro games are, and that's exciting. And there's lots floating around at the moment. We've got Fleefa, yes, the well-known game for dogs.
That's the new one.
Yeah, pick 'em off your mutt.
FIFA 22, y'all.
FIFA, that's going on. There's lots of Playergate stuff about how many people are watching and playing and what have you. But it's definitely fair to say, just by looking at Twitter, that everybody and his controller seems to be playing FIFA. You guys, Aaron, I don't have you down as a FIFA player, but I know Ray definitely is.
Love.
Yeah, it's not really my style of game.
Mm-hmm.
FIFA looks amazing right now on Stadia.
Oh.
I think they got the updated graphics and everything. So
It did look pretty good when I watched Lee streaming it.
Yeah, I watched Lee.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah, he did a pre go live playthrough, didn't he? A little bit of play.
Yeah, because he had already gotten it because it was midnight where he was at.
Yeah.
So he was mostly just showing it off to all the US people.
He got the $100 one.
Do you get that? You get it early then.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have expected anything less though from him. He loves that's like his favorite. I think is going to probably be one of his most played games. I could see it being one of his most.
Well, he does a sports day. He does a FIFA sports. He's got the SDG Cloud Gaming Dad Sports. Boy, did I mess that up? Yeah, the Cloud Gaming Dad Sports.
It's in the game.
And Dave Codex, he's really going for it with FIFA. I know he's setting up a Discord, I think, for FIFA. And thank you so much for joining Team Rokk, Dave, as well. Really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. Did
$100
before we went live. You can donate $100 here. We don't mind. I'll even divide it up amongst my friends. But no, it's. I mean, you know what? You know me and games. Most of them aren't my thing. FIFA's definitely not my thing, but I do. You can't knock how successful that game is. It is massive, and it's on Stadia. I mean, what more can we?
Would you put that one as a bigger than say Madden?
Oh yeah, globally.
Overall.
Yeah, globally.
Soccer is global. Like the biggest game on the planet.
I get Madden is everyone was like, oh, if Stadia doesn't have Madden, it's nothing. No, I would say if it does. Well, no, but I'm using that as the example because that was the big thing. If we don't get Madden, Stadia is nothing. I would have said more along the lines of FIFA because we know that FIFA is a
huge, out here
game.
we look at basketball, football players, what they get paid, but do you know how much a transfer fee, to do somebody like Messi or Christian or not, like just the transfer fee just to get them to a team is ridiculous.
No, I mean soccer. I mean, if you're in America, then American football is huge, and you can be forgiven for thinking that it's the same the world over, but of course it isn't. No. It's like basketball and baseball as well, huge in the States, and they still have followings. They're still big around the world, but nothing comes near the scale of
and you can see that when you see like the NFL go over to England to do a game in London, and you see, I mean, they get a good crowd, but I don't think it's a soccer crowd.
Last night, Dallas Cowboys had 90,000 people in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
Why do you have to bring that? Not you know who that's going to bring into the chat.
Look! Don't hate the players, man. Hate the game. Look, you got to give props, man. They did their thing last night, the Cowboys, and I'm not a Cowboy fan. I'm a Niner fan, and we blew it. 37 seconds, we lost. We were heartbreaker.
Don't even talk to me about rugby. Chiefs are not having a great opener. Ooh, but you see, rugby is again, it's a game that is played all over the world, but it isn't. It's not even in the shadow, the scale of soccer.
See, I played a rugby game back in the 90s. I didn't know what the hell rugby was. Yeah. And EA Sports made the game. So
I remember that one.
Let me try it out. I fell in love with it. Okay, so rugby that's a real man sport. I'm sorry.
It's a great game, a man sport. But it's just never. I think it's quite a complicated game. I mean, as you know, I'm a huge rugby fan, and I struggle. I really, really want to understand American football, but I start to watch it, and hang on, they've stopped. What's going on? Now what are they doing? But
Right,
one day I've
right.
got to watch
We
it.
go,
Well,
right.
it's-
You come out here to the Bay. I'm gonna take the 49ers game.
You're on,
You know,
bro.
we'll get some tickets on the
I'm
It
coming.
is fun though.
I'm
Like when
coming.
you play like a American football game, and you got some people in the chat that are from the UK. Like they want to play it, or they'll stream it, but they have no idea what's going on. I'm like, if I try to explain it, no one's gonna understand anything. I don't even understand things when I try to explain stuff. So but it
Yeah.
is. I think it's fun to play the game, even if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But I mean, and Christopher makes a good point as well. And that is the thing with soccer. No disrespect, but the rules ain't hard. You can't have to run a ball up and put it in a hole. Whereas,
Yeah, okay. Let me hold on. Let me a 300-pound guy smacks you on your ass. All right, 300-pound guy tackles your ankles.
American football is a turn-based.
Don't you? Hey, don't you?
I
Talk,
love
hey,
that.
hey, don't you start disrespecting football.
Cricket is another one I don't understand.
No, I'm not a cricket fan.
I've tried. I've
It's
tried
weird.
playing the games. I've tried playing it on like Xbox before, and I'm like, I have no clue what I'm doing.
But do you know there's one sport that eclipses all sports in terms of the amount of money spent on that sport? Do you know what that is? And it isn't what you think. So I'm talking about how much the average fan spends. Now I'm going to bring someone on, a special guest.
Don't say curling.
Who knows exactly who knows exactly what that sport is. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Scar is among us. John, it's hockey. It's ice hockey. Yeah, I had to do some research for a mobile sports app we were doing, and it turned out that per head, the money spent by most fans was in ice hockey, even though, and and it's pretty, again, it's another global sport, but massive, as you know, in Canada and northern United
let me
States.
tell you something. I go to the San Jose Sharks games. I've had a guy's lips smack against the glass. I mean, like suction cup. They smashed his lips
Like a
were like
suction cup.
like
That is an image I did not need.
yeah. Hockey guys.
Oh my gosh!
Yep.
Yeah.
Holy Christ, man.
Yeah, it's massive.
I love you know what, guys? I love sports. I go to
racing.
soccer games. Earthquake, the Niners. What else I got here? And then my San Francisco Giants are going into playoffs. Y'all. Oh man, sports is great.
Wow.
Great.
Wow.
It was
Well,
weird.
guys,
When I played soccer, I had people coming to me for football because of the speed. Because they wanted me to be like a tight end, and
Like a tight what?
a tight end.
A tight end?
A tight end.
He's getting
In.
he's looking you on, right? Stop while you're ahead. I don't understand.
You know what? Forget it. You know what?
Well,
Forget
I
it.
know. I
played
fully
soccer when
believe
I
you're a
was a kid.
tight end. I have no problem with that.
Forget about it.
I mean, I played one game and then I quit because they had me at goalie and I was terrible.
Hey,
There you go.
Vet
It's
was a
become
hell
a
of a
meme.
football player. I could tell Vet was a hell of a football player. Because
It's become a meme. I've been refreshing, guys. There's it's okay. We've got a minute or so to go yet, so not getting too concerned. But
Do we want to guess what one of the big things will be on it
of course we do.
while we're waiting? I mean,
Of course
I'm
we do.
betting money. I'm betting money. One of the big things, besides if they announce
Adam
any programs,
Family.
will be.
Adam Family.
I was gonna say it'll have something to do with FIFA dropping on the 1st. I can't. I mean, there's just no way that they're not.
What do you a free to play?
Yeah.
A free to play weekend, that kind of thing.
Ooh, that would be
awesome.
smart. That would be awesome.
It would be smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Could happen. It's feasible.
Mhm.
Possible. It's
Big
possible.
question: will Stadia wait until after the show again? No.
No, we've got special understanding now with.
We got an
Stadia.
insider now. We sent the
Yeah.
mobile in to
Yeah,
let us know.
Yeah, Aaron sent a couple of his mates around with bats. It's all good. It's all good. They understand now.
Outside waiting for you.
They got it. They finally got it. You know
Oh,
what I
Zero.
mean?
I'm not commenting on that.
So what do you reckon, John? You are the man with insider knowledge.
Hey, Zero.
No, I definitely they'll mention FIFA 22. At least, like, we saw the early release of the Ultimate Edition on Monday, which by the way, shout out Cloud Gaming Dad Lee was right on the ball. He was streaming that as soon as it came out, midnight UK time. So that was actually Sunday night for me as well. He did a fantastic job on that stream, showcasing that. So I think so they'll definitely mention FIFA. I think they're going to talk about maybe mention the phone link, which we heard about yesterday from other outlets.
Controllers.
Yeah, yep, for the controllers, and which is great for if you're still using the Chromecast Ultra. And then I think too we'll get mention of the party that started rolling out last night as well, the private and public parties where you can find
public
games.
parties.
Yeah, yep. And I'm 99% sure Adam's family is going to be, like Ray was saying, there's going to be a Stadia Pro game. I don't know, too, if there's even more. Outright Games tweeted earlier today that they've got more surprises in store for us. So I don't know exactly what that is. But, yeah, it should be interesting. And I'm not sure the other... I don't know what other games they're going to announce in the Pro. Probably at least
Darkwood.
2 or 3 other ones as well.
Darkwood.
Oh, Darkwood? Okay, yeah.
Scary.
Ray is
Halloween.
obsessed with Darkwood. I have no idea.
That's why I'm not buying Darkwood. That's why I'm not buying Darkwood. I just have a
Ray,
feeling.
did you hear that?
No, what? What did he say? What did he
How
say?
did you not?
I didn't hear him.
Ray's obsessed with Darkwood.
Oh my God, Rock!
Well, you are.
Man, there's kids. I think there's kids that watch this show.
That's right.
mean,
yeah.
Many that watches all the time.
Mind.
I
We
haven't.
need to save
I
that
love
talk
hitting
for
the
Thursday
refresh. I don't
evenings,
see
right?
Nothing.
Yes. Lee makes a very good point. We do look like Russian dolls, kind of leading upwards in scale across on a horizontal plane.
And I'm the smallest one, right? That's
Well,
what I'm
by
saying.
choice.
I'm the last effing doll.
Yeah, or that
I'm
way.
the last one. I'm the last one.
To a life size.
You know what? We're 3 minutes in and we still don't have a twas.
Yeah,
What-
because
what-
they said
Uh-oh.
F us. They said F us.
Yeah. Time to get those baseball bats out.
Yeah, right. That did
Yeah,
not work.
where's the Chad? Isn't the Chad supposed to be on top of this, letting them know to flip the switch, push the button?
Yeah, tell them. Well, we can make up our own. But you raised some really good points, John, that have come out today, which is for me a fairly strong indicator that they're coinciding with the TWAS. Tell us a bit more about the new phone link with the allowing you to play with your phone, with the Chromecast and any controller.
Yeah, so actually, the phone link serves 2 purposes. One, like we mentioned there, the being able to hook a controller up to your phone and then use that controller as an additional controller if you've got the Chromecast Ultra, because as you know, Chromecast Ultra doesn't have any Bluetooth capabilities, so you can only use the Stadia controller with it. With this app, you can now, if you've got an Xbox, a PlayStation, a Switch Pro controller, or whatever have you, you can hook that up via USB to your phone, and then your phone makes that connection, the Wi-Fi connection to the server, and you can use your controller as that. You can also use the controller as a touch controller, so you can use your phone screen as as a controller itself. I mean, it's not ideal, but if you're playing like some casual party games or things like that, I'm sure it would work well. So if you've got a friend over or what have you, and you don't have another controller, you can use that, and that's you can use that also Chromecast and the new Chromecast with Google TV. So it's just it's just another way to play, more ways to enjoy playing Stadia games.
Yeah, I really like it. I actually do play on my Google TV Chromecast with my old PS4 controller, because as much as I adore Stadia controllers, I have to have to keep registering it every time I fire it up. Whereas the PS4 controller just works. I have it all set up with the Google TV, and I log in with it, and it's fine, and it plays.
Yep.
So you know, it's whatever gets you through the night. I don't find any issues with latency with playing with it either. But it's great for those that obviously so many people have recently got the Premier Packs as well. They sort of come back to Stadia offer, and they've given them to friends and stuff. So they're experiencing Stadia via the controller. So this gives them that option if they want to add an extra controller. Or I don't know, maybe they've just decided that they prefer their Xbox controller. This allows them to link it up and play via Bluetooth, which is really good, which is great.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yep.
I did get something at exactly like boom right at the time, and it was my 1 year anniversary with the community blog. My badge. I got my 1 year anniversary badge. Right. Yes.
They were just teasing you. Hey, we sent you an alert. Here comes the blog. Oh no, it's not. It's just your 1 year anniversary.
What I'm going to do is I am going to put the page away for a second. I'm going to keep refreshing it. Don't worry.
Well, they
did
tweet out the FIFA. They got a little.
They did. That's right. Which is why I thought I'd whack a bit of that up.
I would say the one thing I wish they would do at some point, and I'm sure they will, is with the updates for the controllers, is to get rid of having to constantly putting that code in. Because I know that's got to be one of their biggest, most people that use Stadia, that's got to be a pet peeve of constantly having to connect your controller. Like, I get it; it's just a pain to have to keep always reconnecting it every time you want to play. It would be fantastic if they could just if you could link it to the TV. And the only time you have to put that code in is if you're using it on a different device. Or somehow it's just tied with your account. If you could register your controller with your account, so if your account is connected to that device, then it works. That would be, I think, the ideal way.
I mean, I guess the reason for that is that it goes through your router, doesn't it? So, it kind of goes straight out to the servers rather than going to your TV or your console and then out to the servers. So that's probably why. But yeah, I mean, you can do that if you don't use the Stadia controller, which is kind of what I do.
Right.
But it is a pain. I mean, it's all part and parcel of choice. That's the key thing that they're giving us, isn't it? So I thought we'd pop the video up of our good friend Lee, Cloud Gaming Dad, playing FIFA a couple of days ago, just on the launch while we're talking. So as we've said, this is really the news of the week. Biggest game in the world launching on Stadia. And I've heard a lot of people have actually purchased it on Stadia so that they can avoid having to download and take it to friends' houses and play with it and all that kind of stuff. So if that is the case, that will be amazing. I know we did see there was a lot of questions this week around how many people are playing. It looked like it was a similar number to other platforms, and then other people have said, yeah, but we don't, there isn't any. Jem said there's no crossplay. So, we can't, this can't be, it's either an anomaly, or that's the amount of people playing it on Stadia, but it isn't because it's mixing with other platforms. Ray, you've been playing this, I guess.
Well, I've been playing the trial on a different platform, so I'm just having fun playing the trial before I purchase. There's no way in hell I was going to purchase the $100 pack. Just no. But
is that the first time we've seen an EA game on Stadia that actually shows the Stadia controller when you go to the layout, though? I just happened to notice that.
Yeah,
because most of the most games in general, when you go to the controller thing, it shows off, an Xbox controller because that's the. Yeah. But this has got to be the first time that I've ever seen them actually show a Stadia controller.
That's a really good.
You know what? I'm gonna go back and check. I'll go back and check that.
I'm not sure if Madden shows it or not. I can't remember.
Yeah, I guess I never really paid attention. I've never seen anybody when they stream Madden whether they go to the controller settings before. But that would be
Right.
interesting to note. Is it just 22? Because I don't think anything prior to that ever. It was always Xbox controllers because that was just the easiest and most convenient. This is if that's still the case. This is the first game that I've ever seen show off a Stadia controller. I mean, I would have preferred them to use the wasabi color, but that's just me.
Oh no, it's so clever. It detects what color of Stadia controller you're playing the game with. That's what's going on there.
That's a future technology. That's not even next gen. That's next gen.
That's next gen.
But no, I think that's really cool that they're finally getting to the point where they're showing the controller settings, but they're showing a Stadia controller on screen for you now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
Victor,
Nimbus
thank you
said,
so much for the
Nimbus is on
super
board with
sticker,
me.
my friend. Really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Happy Tuesday to you, sir. Yeah, so there's a trial version. I mean, we talked about this earlier. There are trial versions of this on other platforms. So, what are the chances that we might get a free-to-play weekend of FIFA, potentially even this coming weekend? What do you guys think of that?
That would be an awesome
I
promotion
could-
to do that. I can see that.
Yep. Yeah.
For big, I mean, this is a big game, and
Yeah.
we've seen in the past. I mean, they did it with Madden. Madden dropped, and look what happened. We had that free weekend, which I mean, apparently the weekends now start on Thursdays officially. So I'm okay. I'm okay with
And
that.
honestly, you know what? It would be
Exactly.
smart because when a lot of people they can experience and play it on Stadia, and then you say, why would I want to download it? And I can just play it in the cloud.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And look at how what do we say that the Madden free to play weekend was a success? I think it was.
Mhm.
It got everybody trying it out, and this FIFA is obviously a much bigger game overall. This would be the perfect way to get more people hooked on it. Give them to them to try for free. Then you know that typically when you try something, especially if it's a popular game and you play it for free, you're going to get hooked, and then you buy it. And that's a great way of promoting things.
Right.
John, didn't we get the older FIFA as a free to play?
I don't know. Was there a free to play weekend for FIFA 21? I don't. They did. They had an event. I remember like a community event where you could play against some of the people from Stadia, and they were also handing out some codes. But I don't know if it was.
No.
If it was a free to play weekend. I just remember that they had that community event. It was like kind of like what they had with the Rainbow Six Siege, though not as a grand scale. There was like a couple of matches, and if you were online, and they might randomly pick you and things like that. So,
see, Dominic makes a valid point as well. They don't normally choose free games, new games to play as free games, particularly ones that almost sell with their eyes closed. The only reason that I thought it was a possibility was that I know that there are some free trials, as Ray mentioned, elsewhere.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, but if you think about it, this would be a perfect way to advertise not only the game but advertising Stadia. I mean, what better way to play the game and go to your friend's house who's got it on console. They've got to keep downloading updates.
Sport game on the planet. Biggest sport game on the planet.
Pop your Chromecast in and load the game up where they got to wait for the loading and all that stuff with an Xbox or a PlayStation, and you're already in the game by the time they get it started. And it may be faster. I don't know.
They also seem to favor sports games as free to play. So we've had golf, we've had American football, we've had basketball.
They're trying to hype up the multiplayer, and what better way to play multiplayer sports? Team
all right,
sport.
where's my tennis game? Where's my tennis?
Yeah, exactly, right?
I want tennis now, darn it.
Yeah, you better go play Sega's the Olympic game. Did that have tennis? Tennis in it?
Yes, it did. I think
it did.
Tennis in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I want a good. I mean, that would be one. Do you think if they had a tennis game, it would be a popular one compared with everything else? Nimbus Golf only sucks because you're terrible at it.
Yeah, no, tennis is popular. I imagine all sport games have a following, particularly if they're the big sports, the big crowd pulling sports. I mean, if you had, I don't know, ping pong, it may not get quite the playable, but it's massive in China. Somewhere in the world, there's somebody playing ping pong. But but definitely, I think it'd be great. It'd be a great coup to have it, and it would be the
Oh,
kind of
was that
thing.
Lee sliding? Oh, that was Ray sliding.
It would be the kind of thing that I could see Stadia investing in. If we've said it before, in the past, how you need the big games like FIFA and COD and so on. So here's FIFA,
Not all,
and
but
it's not only on here. You can actually play it for free for 4 days as well. I mean, that is a massive crowd puller and worth investing in.
yeah.
I think so. That would be a great investment. Yep.
We should have brought Lee. We should have brought Lee. Invited Lee on as a guest to give play-by-play of himself playing this game.
Yeah. Well, I'm not turning up the audio because I'll probably get.
Well, he's playing his beloved Manchester United.
But you could look. You could tell he was focused.
Yeah,
Another thing-
I noticed that. Yeah, look at his face there.
He is focused in this game.
It's
and when
massive following.
shout out to Stadia. When they sent the tweet out, they said the Premier League with all the signings. It's the new game with all the new signings. They actually named the players on the tweet. So this is nothing like playing an updated sports game, and we got that day and date, so that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
What? Blast! That doesn't happen on cloud gaming stuff.
It would be. I mean, I think we're now heading. Obviously, we're walking
Wow,
into the
Emma,
Throwing
first.
Lee under the
tough.
bus.
I didn't want to get beat by Liverpool. Ouch.
Emma just straight threw him under the bus.
Yes, she did.
We've come to the fall, which
Oh.
means that we start to get all the big games, all the big game announcements,
Yep.
all the because it's ramping up for the holidays for sales. So we're going to start seeing much
makes sense.
more of a news cycle now than we've seen over the summer. Usually, as you know, John, the summer can be a little bit on the quiet side, particularly August when it comes to news. So the fall. Autumn, as we call it in this country, is where we should start now to see, and we've seen it today, as you rightly mentioned, with a couple of news items coming out of Stadia. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got some of this kind of big, the big hitting news starts to come now. I mean, there's mention in there in the chat about the possibility of Australia being highlighted. Well, we know that GeForce has done a deal to roll out to Australia, and we know that
it's
Google.
in beta, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also know we saw Adam, Original Penguin, has noted that there's been a couple of games, I believe, for Brazil rated for Stadia as well. I forget, there was one just the other day that was rated for Stadia for Brazil. So,
That's
is that
been on the
possibly...
cards for a while, John, hasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
well, and how long does it take though to make sure? Because I can't imagine that they're going to want to roll it out to certain countries and just say, all right, here you go. Let's hope for the best. They're going to want to work these things, make sure that there's no issues.
Right. Right.
Because obviously, if you're rolling out to like Brazil or Australia, bigger countries, other than especially for something that big, that's going to be highly publicized. You're going to promote that, and you're not going to want something negative, because if it doesn't work very well, Stadia knows that the media is just going to eat them alive with that. So you're not
right.
I can understand why it takes so long to roll it out to, I get as a consumer, I would love it to be available like right now. But as a company, you want it working for them before you roll it out, because they will eat them alive if it doesn't work properly.
Well, not only that, but they get to see Americans, they get to see people in Europe play it, stream it, and we don't have any, flaws or issues, and we're doing it at 1080. Some guys are doing it at 4K, and it looks, look at this stream right here. It looks freaking beautiful. So,
just think how the player base for some games that, when you have whether it's basketball or it's soccer, you might actually eventually, when they roll it out to let's Brazil or Australia, wherever, we may eventually start seeing where you have to wait to get into games. It takes a little longer now, which is not a bad. People are going to complain. Oh my God, I got to wait now. Thanks a lot, Google. And yet, you look at it the other way around. It's like that's actually a good sign. That means there are tons of people playing those games on that platform. That's what you want. You want not like a huge wait time, but you want to see those games, those popular ones, queuing up, because that's a telltale sign that it works and people are using it more.
Yeah, I think the major issue is probably licensing, and making sure that that they've got all the I's dotted and T's crossed before they roll out into these various, because they've already got a ton of games in their library. They need to make sure that they can all be accessed from these various territories before they press the button, and of course they need to make sure that they can support it on the local nodes.
Just
And
think, well, just think how we know soccer is a huge sport. Imagine it when Brazil gets it. I can guarantee you, FIFA's going to be the hottest game. Will probably be one of the most on Stadia.
Yeah.
That will skyrocket when you got certain countries
Absolutely.
getting access to it.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's already one of their biggest selling games in the few days that it's been available. It just is massive. I mean, there's no question of that, irrespective of your personal sports interests.
Right.
So, it's a must-have. And I think the fact that it's obviously being supported by EA, we've seen, you pointed it out, Aaron, even to the extent that they're showing the controller in the graphics. This is a proper port.
That is. Yeah, that was that, and I would love. That's the thing is I would love for somebody to check Madden 22 to see if EA did that with that game, or if they took their time with this port because of the type of game it is.
Yeah. Yeah, Ewan, I'm sorry about that. Ewan says every time you say soccer, a football fan in Europe or South America suffers a stroke. If I say football, they get confused. What can I say?
You've got to dumb it down for us, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
I've noticed on this video we're watching that I don't see that you hit the thumbs up. I'm ashamed.
You don't see the what?
You didn't hit the thumbs up. You didn't give this video a thumbs up. How could you?
What? Hey, look! What's that? Look, there's a pink elephant. Oh, look out! Oh, look at that, that's lucky. Look at that.
Oh, my mistake. I messed up to get my eyes.
You just,
I messed overlooked.
You weren't looking close enough, mate.
Well, it was that Stadia controller.
Lee needs 2 more likes on that. We need some people watching 2 more likes.
Yes,
Come on.
absolutely. Get over there. Get over there to Lee's channel right now, Cloud Gaming Dad, and give him a ton of likes. Bless him, he deserves it. But don't forget, this Thursday, Lee and I are starting a new show, and I gave a little bit of a hint earlier of what's to come. Should I run it again, boys, for those that have come across a little late?
Sure.
I don't want to give them too much because you want to give some of the sizzle but not the bang. You know what they say. So let's just give it a couple of seconds.
Let's get this party started.
I tell you, I've got to stop. I stop it at a point where if I don't catch it quickly enough, it's going to ruin it for Thursday.
It reminds me of a Saturday cartoon, like a children's cartoon show.
Yeah.
From
That
the
is the
70s.
plan.
You know what it reminds me of is oh god, what were those edutainment videos that were on Saturdays? The Schoolhouse Rock.
It's wow, there was a Schoolhouse of Rock. I missed out on that one.
I wasn't allowed to go to that. I wasn't allowed to because
Guys, don't forget also, this month is over with, but we got another huge game.
It's not over with.
Just around
3 days.
the corner.
2 days.
Just around the corner.
We have got a load of big games just around the corner. Today, of course, we had the game you've been looking forward to launch today, Ray. The New World game.
Yes, that launches today.
That's today.
It already launched. They've had some issues with the launch, from what I was reading. Well, it was mostly because Amazon capped the servers at 2,000 people, and so you had people like in the European Union servers that were like 9,000 or 1,000 hours to wait. And I'm like, oh my god! One person commented on Twitter was like, I'm 9,600 something in line to get into the game. I'm like, oh, I mean, you may as well shove that laptop aside and go find something else to do. Come back.
Yeah.
I was talking about Far Cry 6 is around.
He was talking about Far Cry 6.
You just want the dog in with the wheelchair.
I did. You just want to shoot that dog in the wheelchair.
Did you see the image? Did you see on Twitter they shared a tweet of that dog on there, and that was like, oh, I want that.
Yeah.
I was like, why you got to tease us?
I know it looks amazing. As we know, we saw We did actually play some of your reveal of it the other week, John. I'm just trying to find it again, actually. We'll pop it up and have another little look. But you're quite right. That's coming up on the 6th of October in about just over a week. I'm uber excited about that.
October's going to be a big month with all. I mean, you had FIFA, you've got Far Cry 6, Riders Republic coming out. I mean, and who knows? That's the beginning of the month and the end of the month. We have no idea what else is going to be thrown in the middle of the month.
Anticipated game of 21 is Far Cry 6.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Yeah, no, me too. Oh, here we go. I've been really looking forward to Far Cry 6. But you're actually going to be streaming it yourself, aren't you, soon, Aaron?
Yes, the day it launches, I'm going to be streaming it.
You're going to go for a big play on the day.
Yeah, that one. I've got a couple of things lined up. I've got that one scheduled. I've got on the 18th, I'm doing a 6-hour stream because that's my 3 years that I've been doing streaming. So I'm doing a big old 6-hour blowout stream where I'll be doing some giveaways and things of that nature.
Wow.
3 years. You don't look a day older than 5.
I know. I mean, I didn't have all this gray when I started, but I have a full beard and less rage. And the more I've streamed, the more the rage is taken over. But I love it. I have so much fun with this, with the entire community, because it's amazing to see where I started and where I'm at now.
Far Cry 6 or just jump into Ubisoft Plus. Me personally, Brett, I would jump in Ubisoft Plus, folks, because they have a lot of games. Some of those games I played in beta,
but I think
awesome.
It's worth it.
Awesome.
Well, just think of what you're getting. If you get Ubisoft Plus and you get Far Cry 6, you're getting the ultimate game. You're getting everything, which means that one would assume, because I know they announced that you've got the 2 crossovers, which will be for console would be DLC, but they're add-ons for the console for the game, which I still can't remember what one of them, the other one is, but I know one of the crossovers is with Rambo. And that all I needed to hear was Rambo, which I know from the movies. That means you just kill everybody. So I was already sold on that as it is. But that's a huge deal, like to cross over. I mean, just think how Ubisoft already does these games and how great they are with the open world. And now you're taking movies and crossing them into the game. I mean, that's a huge undertaking. But you look at what they did with the Aiden Pierce add-on. That was phenomenal as an original. Yeah. And Rambo and the other one that they're doing, they already said we're going to be original content. It's not going to be tied with the game, but it crosses over in an original story.
And of course, the other big franchise that they're investing in right now is Avatar. And they've actually completely rewritten their gaming engine for Avatar to make use of all the new features of the next gen consoles. So that and of course that's going to be coming to Stadia as well. So
and you've got Assassin's Creed. You've got the Assassin's Creed game that'll be coming as well. I mean, Ubisoft is
Riders Republic.
That's October.
Rainbow Six Extraction in January.
Don't forget, guys, as well. If you haven't got Ubisoft Plus, if you get it now, if you get it before the end of the month, you can lock it in at the current price with Stadia before it goes up next month. I think you've got until tomorrow, in fact. So get yourself down
and yes, I get it. It's only $3, but that's $3 you're saving each month that you can apply to buying more games on the platform.
Right.
No, that's for that's it's a whole bottle of whiskey for Ray. You got to look at it that way.
And I can jump from Luna to PC to all in the clouds. I can jump.
That's the beauty of what Ubisoft has done is instead of creating their own cloud gaming platform like what EA is supposedly working on or have potentially been working on, Ubisoft has said, no, we're just going to make our stuff accessible everywhere by partnering up with everybody.
And it works really well.
Cloud ones, minus a few two of them that I don't believe you have access to, like the Ubisoft. But with Luna, you have basically PC, Luna, and Stadia that you have access to all their whole catalog.
Almost all.
pretty much.
Well,
Yeah.
PC, you have access to the entire catalog. Luna
Yeah.
and Stadia, you have specific games, which is fine. I mean, to be honest, you play what you want on Luna, play what you want on Stadia.
Yeah.
If you want to download, go for it. I mean,
Well,
you can.
we're getting more games coming forward. They've obviously got to be ported. We're definitely getting all the new games. That's the important
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
So we'll
Older
get
games.
Riders,
I
we'll get
mean,
Far Cry, we'll get Avatar,
look
and
at
so on.
look how well they did Black Flag. But look at when did Black Flag
Yes.
come out? It's probably you got to think
2017 was it?
No, Black Flag I think was 2013.
was it?
so
Okay.
that game
2013.
8 years. So to me, it seems it takes a while when you're porting an older game
Yeah.
because you have to get everything to work with the new stuff. So yes, it might take a while, but I'd rather them take a while porting games over to make sure they look good than just porting
Right.
something over and it turns into a giant mess.
And
This
plus,
looks
it's having
gorgeous.
that back
This looks so
catalog too.
gorgeous. John, what were you
Yeah.
playing? What were you
Exactly.
playing this on? I know it wasn't Stadia, obviously, but was it PC?
It was Parsec into their Ubisoft servers on PC. Yeah.
That's right. It is actually cloud, but directly to their servers, which is fascinating. And they do that these days with all of their kind of pre-release demos and
Ever since COVID, instead of for the previous Far Cry, they flew me out to New York City for a day to play 5 hours. So now just think how much they're saving, right?
Wow.
They don't have to pay for the plane ticket and things like that. They can just do everything remote. I much prefer just to play it in my sit on my couch here and play it rather than go to the airport, go through customs.
You don't want to go
all
to
that
the
stuff.
Big Apple to play a game.
nothing wrong with going to the Big Apple, Aaron.
Well, not if it's just not if it's just like the same day where I leave here at 7 a.m. and I'm back by 9 o'clock at night. But
To be honest, even if it was an overnight trip, I would not want to do that. So
yeah, well,
Do
at
you
least
know-
once. At least once, though.
Do you know, ironically,
Yeah.
I was advertising recently for a new web designer. And funny enough, we have one now, but he's actually from New York, although he lives in our town. So they go from Queens. And
Yes.
funny enough, his first name is Chase. So, but it isn't the Chase we know and love. But
Yeah.
so yeah, we've actually got him. Very nice fella. Very nice fella.
But
Nothing
yeah,
wrong
yeah,
with
this
New York.
is all of the they're using the remote solutions parsec is the most popular what I've come across. So I also think too this is a great opportunity for the Stadia white label to be able to have these publishers demo their games
Yeah.
to media and things like that, and you're just fire it up right on Stadia there.
Awesome.
So obviously
it also seems to be a good way to showcase cloud how well games work in the cloud when you're utilizing. Yes, I know it's not Stadia when you're testing it, but it's you're still utilizing cloud technology to play
Yeah.
a game.
Yeah.
So it shows it's a good sign. It shows, see, look, we are porting this over to this platform, but this is a demo and it still runs in the cloud and it still looks fantastic.
It's cloud, whatever way you look at
Yeah.
it, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
It does look stunning, John. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
obviously
good,
looking at a slightly bigger screen here.
Well,
than
that's like
you
when
guys
you
are
asked
seeing.
what platform, I was leaning towards. He was just going to say PC. He
Me
downloaded
too.
it
Yeah.
because you can't tell from the naked eye.
No.
There's no way you could tell unless John tells us that it's
Right.
in the cloud. That is cloud technology. That looks like
Right.
it was installed and you're playing it,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
outstanding.
It looks even better when you're playing it on your computer. So.
Yeah.
But
Was
yeah,
it?
so,
It
I'm
looks 60
excited
frames per
for it.
second as well. So you've got full 60 frames per second. Was it 1080? I mean, it was incredibly sharp, even if it was 1080.
It was a 1080 stream. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous, which
Yep.
only means that when the game actually launches, it's going to look even nicer.
Yes.
There he goes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm gonna be
Yeah. It was.
can't wait.
It was
Parsec
I was
is
super
publicly
excited.
available technology, though, isn't it? It's not
And
unique
it's
to them.
free. It's a free download. You can install it on your computer and
Yeah.
share your computer out. That's like Ninja Guy X and I. That's how we've been playing local multiplayer games.
Wow.
Like for example, I could Merrick's Market. I just initialize parsec, share my computer. He connects to it. Obviously, it's secure. It's not just anybody can connect to it. And he plugs a controller in on his computer. It's recognized on mine as being second player, and we're playing. Right? So
I know you've done a short video on this, haven't you, on your channel? And Dre, who mentions it in chat as well, he it's actually the first time I saw it was a video that he did with the same. In fact, it was a live stream that he did.
Yeah.
And it blew me away. The quality is actually amazing. It's like Moonlight, but you're able to actually do it across the internet rather than just from one room to the other.
Well, I'm not sure if you're familiar. Like way back when, before high speed and everything, there used to be PC Anywhere, and that was you dial in. Right? Remember PC Anywhere? So this is basically an evolution of PC Anywhere that's for the modern era. That's finely tuned and everything like that. So it works.
Such good software.
Fabulous. So,
absolutely amazing. Wow. So that's the 6th of October. I don't, sometimes they come out a little earlier for Ubisoft Plus subscribers, but I haven't seen them do that for a while on games. So I'm assuming it's going to be the same for everyone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is the 6th. Yeah.
Just a quick update, guys. We never did get that this week on Stadia, I'm sad to say. I've been refreshing in the background. I promise you, it hasn't been happening. So
that's what I've been doing. Well, you guys have been talking. You've been refreshing.
Come
on, guys.
So let's imagine that we did get it, and we kind of alluded. But in all seriousness, Ray, what would you expect to see as a pro game for October? Just one.
Just one. I think this is Animal Royale. We would have got Animal Royale.
Yeah, you're committed to Royale, aren't you? That's
because it's everywhere else.
Yeah. And it was rated for Stadia 2 the end of August, and I think it went multi-platform in September, so it was early access on Xbox, and it came to the other platforms. I'm thinking that what they're going to do is just like what they did with Super Bomberman R Online. It's still going to be free to play, so you can get the base game for free, no problem. But they'll do Pro where you'll get like maybe skins or something extra with it, that extra value as a Pro. So
that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, again, we know it's coming. It makes sense. Sure. Yeah, and it makes sense as well that it would be a pro game. It'd be a perfect pro game, in fact. I think it's a really good shout, Ray. We'll just run our favorite killing animals video that gets Aaron excited.
I did that a couple of times. That brings out a rage in me.
There's Aaron right there.
What animal are you gonna be? What animal are you gonna be?
The couple of times that I played, I started out as a dog and then shifted over to a fox, and that would probably be
same thing in the wild, mate. They don't know.
I mean, foxes are supposed to be sneaky, when we know I don't do that. I don't do sneaky. So,
what animal would you be, Ray?
What's that?
What animal would you be?
Probably be a bear.
You get to ride an ostrich.
That was I played that with Link and Ashes, and literally they would always go around and were like, "Where's Vet? He's on an emu again." So I think and all you would see is me running around trying to kill people on an emu because you can use it to attack them with it. And so I threw a tweet out the next day. I was like, #emu for life. And was like, I was waiting to see if people were going to be, what the hell is he talking about? Like, Link asks, y'all know what's up.
Should get an emoji.
Clive's got a new flash.
You've got a news flash? Clive's got a news flash. Big update to Outriders in the offing. Ooh, well, it's about time too, I'd say.
Did they fix it?
Yeah, I mean, just to have it work would be nice.
They're refunding everybody.
So beautiful.
Boy, that would be a massive update.
It would be good. Yeah, I am refreshing. There's nothing there. But thank you, Clive, as well, for the big old shout out last night on your amazing show. Very much appreciated, my friend.
Holt said, so we have Vet being fantastic Mr. Fox and Ray is Yogi the Bear.
Well, I got to be Yogi the Bear. And look, we got to fix the camera because I look like a dwarf.
What do you mean? It's nothing to do with me.
Look,
Just hey,
I got
Ray,
the
just
same camera as you guys. Why do I look like a dwarf?
because you forgot to put your phone books down.
I mean, I'm 5'6". That's not short.
Aaron, have we got any control over how his camera is set up?
No, he's.
What is
I
he
got my
complaining
chair.
about?
I have my chair
There,
sitting
right.
all the way up.
There, look, we there we go. There.
We should all just tribute.
You're used to getting low, huh?
A tribute to Ray. Dearly beloved,
Whatever.
we're gathered here to tribute our tribute to Ray.
It's like
Don't they call that low rider? Right? It's not a low rider.
It's like it goes.
Low rider.
Rokk, you should have thrown up Ray's picture since he's not present. We just changed it a little.
Yeah.
We'll do
Well, you
that.
can tweak it. What you should have done was tweak it to say Ray's rant.
Even in that picture, he's missing the bottom of his chin.
Oh, that's good.
What can I do? What can I do? Look at that. Do it again. Come on. Get it up there. Come on. There we go.
You
He does
just
exist.
gotta angle your camera. Like
There's
this.
life below Ray's chin.
See, I mean, I can just do it that, and you just see my baby little eyes.
When I do my streams, I have my whole big head on the camera.
Well, that's what Zoom is for.
When I'm on
Zoom
your
in.
stream, I look like Gary Coleman from different streams. I look like
Wait.
We
Can
start
we get
calling
a,
you Arnold.
can we get an image so we can compare the two?
what are you talking about there, Vic?
What you talking about, Willis?
Oh gosh.
The sad thing is that Kevin Raider Guy 87 bought him a brand new gaming chair, and it obviously he needed the higher one.
I got this chair is as high as it can go.
Well, then drop your camera, mate. Just grab it and pull
Yeah.
it downwards. Come
There
on,
you
come
go.
on, come on, Ray.
No. You know what? No.
Come on.
Look, I will.
See,
This is me.
That's
I'm
all
not-
you have to do.
I'm
It's
not
So
Look,
close.
Look, I have special needs, and I got to pull my camera down so you guys can see me. All right. So, I'm not pulling it down.
Bless him. Bless him. Oh, let's do it one more time.
Ray.
Off the
Now
screen.
you're taller.
Can I get off now?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
get you off now.
Show this. I can't wait. This game right here. Oh
Chorus.
my god.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, it does look great, doesn't it?
Thoughts, please no.
Raising Ray.
Raising
Oh
Ray.
my god. What the
No, he said I just assumed Ray was.
I got him the kids chair. Damn you, Paul.
No,
Come on,
did you see
Jack.
Renaissance
Come
Man?
on.
I just assumed
Come on,
Ray was nude from the waist down.
Respect your elders. Respect your
Ray
elders.
is literally just a head on a plinth.
Wait a
That's
minute.
who
What
he
was that on? Wait a minute. What was that on chorus? It just said something. It
He
says
is-
rise. What
He
did it
is
say?
actually just AI.
No. It said something underneath. It said something about rise.
Did that say Windows 95?
I don't know what's
Windows
going on. It's all falling apart now.
That's the new Windows. I thought it was 11.
There you go.
Rise as one. I thought the game was making fun of me or something. I thought it said rise.
3rd of December, Ray. 3rd of
I thought
December.
it said
December.
rise up.
Yeah.
It says rise as one. Okay.
Yeah, December 3rd.
Well, it's telling you to rise up as one.
Yeah, rise up.
Shut up. I got you rise.
Isn't that a song in Hampton? Rise up. Ray, rise up. Rise up, Ray, rise up.
Oh,
I'm
now
not.
we're doing Hamilton. We're singing
Hamilton, that was it. Not Hampton. He's a Formula One driver.
Hell,
The
Hamilton.
chat is having fun with you.
Hampton.
Ray,
Oh my
read
God.
his comments. Are you in shorts, Ray?
That's like saying Othello Oreo. Come on.
Ah, bless his little sockies.
Oh gosh.
So we never did get our twas, sadly. But John, you were mentioning there were two things you mentioned about Stadia today, two bits of news.
Yep.
One was the phone link, which we mentioned earlier, which allows you to use a different controller via your phone for your Chromecast, which is awesome. Not the latest Chromecast, the older Chromecast, which only works with the controller. What was the other piece of news?
You can also use your phone as it's the on-screen controller, so touch controls.
There is that, and I've just remembered the other one was public parties.
Oh yeah, the public
Yeah.
parties.
Yep.
Yes, yep, exactly. That
So-
makes it great. So you can search for games. There's parties there, and it'll show the game. You know what they're looking for people to add. You know, have someone else on there as well, and so that's great that's rolling out as well. And I've
Chris,
seen
it's
people
not cubic
tweet
party
out that-
chat, it's public party chat, Chris.
yeah.
Public.
Yeah. So I also, you know what I thought about too? I heard rumblings too about Control being a pro game. So that's a possibility as well.
Control being a
Pro game, Stadia Pro game.
really.
There's been talk. Yeah, there's been talk of that. I think Sonny actually mentioned it a couple of weeks ago and has kind of been alluding to it indirectly.
I
So
wouldn't
that's
be massively surprised, to be fair,
Right.
because it has made its way. I think it's a PS Now game. It's been on Xbox Game Pass. It's cheap. It's cheap anyway, and it is an amazing game. Fantastic. It would be a great game to have as a pro game for Stadia. That's a great shout and a surprise as well. I mean, I know
Yeah.
you mentioned Sonny alluded to it, but it's certainly not been on the old radar. That'd be a great shout. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I know, Aaron, you've been thinking Mafia. Well, you do anyway. I mean, it's kind of how your head works, but
Yeah. I'm going with it because it's it's the one that everybody says. I honestly I don't know. I'll be pleased to see whatever they throw out. I kind of feel Ray going with Ray where he was going with the Halloween stuff. I could see that being a thing.
has he fallen
as well.
asleep,
I mean,
by
there's-
the way?
I think he did.
Yeah.
It looks like it.
I'm not. I was sending
He
a
was-
tweet to the chat.
He was down so much. I thought he
It was-
Ray, wake up, man! We're live.
yeah,
dude."
come on, Ray. Come on, Ray.
I'm not falling asleep.
But no, I
Very wide awake.
it's that I could see. I don't know if it would be Mafia. I could see it be Super Animal Royale. Definitely, I could
Yep.
see something more Halloween themed very easily being some because we're in October at this point. So
Well, we persevered with Ark, and that was a bit of a running theme for a while, and that came to pass.
Yeah.
Cult of Stadia, that you're absolutely right. They are very slow typists down
I
there.
think this is
what's going to happen as soon as you hit the end button,
This-
that's
Yeah.
when it's going to pop out.
No, this is going to
Yeah.
be a huge. I think this is going to be a huge announcement. That's why they said, you know what, this is going to be. Such a
Don't
big
they tend to do
announcement.
that though? Have we seen that in the past where they tend to see when it's something really big, they don't just throw the blog out there, they wait a little bit?
Yeah,
So we've got, what have we got so far? We've got Animal Royale,
Oh.
we've got Control, and you're thinking
I don't-
Mafia, what, trilogy? Mafia 1, Mafia 2, Mafia 3?
I honestly don't know. I would love for the whole trilogy, but I don't see that. I just don't see that happening.
No.
If they were going to do one, it would probably be the first one. Potentially, I'm not 100% sure.
I'm going to throw a real crazy one, but Monster Truck 2. Monster Jam
Monster
2.
Truck.
Oh.
Monster
That
Jam
is-
Truck 2.
Well, they had the first one went pro, didn't it?
I think
We
so.
did have a Monster
That's
Truck
right.
game, that's for sure.
Yeah, we had Monster
yeah.
Jam, and then they came out with the second one, which added the multiplayer, the online
Yes.
multiplayer.
Yeah.
So I
Interesting.
could see that.
There you
Marcus
go.
said Resident Evil 7. I don't see that, but I mean that would be. I guess if you want to go big, that would be a big one to throw in there. But
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
yeah, just say why not? If we're saying 7, hell, just give us 7 and 8. I mean, you want
You
to
know
go
what?
big.
All these remakes.
Adam's Family.
Give us.
Yeah,
some remakes.
yeah. Ray was saying
Yeah,
that as
Adam's
well.
Family. I think so, because I think they're like specifically with Adam's Family and Super Animal Royale, they seem like strategic releases, because Adam's Family came out last Friday, and when I had my media event late August, early September with them. It was, yep, it's coming out the 24th of September. And then I got note that, it's been delayed till October 1st. So I really think that it's because they don't want to come out with that scenario where we've had before of people, they buy the game and then the next week it's pro and then you got to do all these refunds and there's complaining and everything. So I think really it's best, just delay it a week if you're close to the end of the month and it's going to be a pro game, and then release it then.
I could see this being a pro game because the new movie comes out this Friday.
Yep.
So would make they have the Addams Family, their new movie comes out on Friday. So could be what I could see that.
It is. I'm pretty sure. And this is also a 4-player local multiplayer game. There's a whole bunch of mini games in it too. So it's a great family-oriented game, and it's perfect to tie it in with the. I'm gonna go watch the movie this weekend with the family, and then we can come home and play Addams Family on the television. Right?
Well, there's another.
They got another movie. They got another movie. A mafia movie's coming out.
We're talking family movies, Ray.
There's a massive clue.
Movies, I consider them.
There's a massive clue that this is going to be a pro game. And it is simply that John has set it up to stream it. Look, it's live in 3 days. This guy knows. He knows.
What the hell? Come on, John. Come on, man. Come on. What's coming out?
No. It's coming out October 1st.
I gotta go over to his, I'm gonna have to go to the page so I can hit the thumbs up first.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Hang on.
That way at least I'm notified.
There you go.
Let's give him a thumbs up. I gotta set that reminder.
Do you know the sad thing is for me that I always thought the Munsters was a funnier show than the Addams Family.
Right.
You know what? I actually liked the Munsters.
I was a Munster fan too.
Yeah.
Ray, I thought you were going to say you were a Munster.
You know what? You look like the damn kid standing across from Wednesday. That's exactly how you look when you was a child. Look how mischievous and evil. That's your ass.
He's pulling up his sleeves here too.
I cannot deny nor confirm that I may have partaken in those kind of things as a kid.
But it's true, The Munsters was a great show, and it never got the traction that the Addams Family ever got with movies and cartoons.
It was when they tried to make it color. They tried to colorize it. When they colorized it, they just ruined it.
Absolutely superb.
I did like the Addams Family when they brought with Christopher Lloyd in it. Come on now, that was.
He was he? Who did he?
He was in the original the movie. Who did he play? God.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Lee. That is incredibly generous of you, my friend. Thank you so much. Lee is getting married soon in October.
What's he sending super chats for?
I know. And guess what? It gets better. Guess who is going to the wedding?
Stadia.
I'm going to Lee's wedding. I can't wait.
Are you the official? Are you doing the singing?
I don't know how official I'm going to be. I've got to find a suit to fit me first, mate. They've all shrunk. I don't know how.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you. God, somebody in the chat was listening.
So
I can't wait. This will be the first. It'll be the first time that I've met anybody at all from the community. So I'm super excited about that. I'm going to start. Do you know what, Lee? I might stream it. No, maybe
that's
I won't.
What I was going to say. A super a wedding stream, right?
Yeah, I think that. No, I wouldn't. That would be a bit. Yeah, it would be bad taste. But I am so looking forward to it. It's absolutely amazing. Does he know that I'm going to the wedding? Says Guy. Oh yeah, I did forget to tell him.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah, good shout. I ought to tell him, really, didn't I? And I'm coming over to Ray's for Christmas, and I've got errands down for Halloween. So I'm just putting myself about a bit.
Are you going to see John in November, right? That was already scheduled.
Yeah, I'm actually in John. No, I'm actually outside John's in a van. I'm just going to pop in a minute.
You know, the creepy thing, the worst part would be if he heard a knock on the door all of a sudden
Yeah.
and you disappeared.
Hello.
Surprise!
Mine's 2 sugars and no milk. Thank you.
Victor said Rock's calling us Uncle Fester to the way.
Yeah.
They may escort you off the premises like that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that would be so funny. So we never did get the twas, chaps.
It's going to come in 2 hours. That's
You know it, don't you? But I think it's going to be
2 hours.
massive. And I just want to say a huge thank you to the chat. We had our best ever scale of chat tonight. It's been amazing.
I couldn't even keep up with it, but I did happen to see 1030 said, told you, Rock, to stream it while playing Stadia on your phone.
Yeah, this is what this is what should happen. It's been a fantastic show, guys. You, as always, have been on point. Now, let me just hide the amazing chat while we say hello to everybody and goodbye to everybody.
Yep, because I'm going to be out of here. I got to drop.
You've got to be out of here like Vladimir, as my old friend.
Well, I got the cops waiting for me for an escort
Yeah.
to take my kid to school. So
They're going to take me out. They're on their way over.
I'm getting a police escort to school.
There's no question. Let me start with you then, Aaron, as you've got to escape the police. Yeah. What can we look forward to from you this coming week, my friend?
I've got a bunch of stuff on the docket. I've got a Halloween themed show that I'm going to do on Halloween. That will probably
this
be like
week?
4 to 6. Well,
What
next
kind of calendar are you working to?
It'll be at the end of the month. I'm prepping it up for everyone. Set your things there. Set your
You're getting the adverts in early. That's fair.
Yeah, got to do that. But this week I got Far Cry 5 today. I've got Far Cry 6 already scheduled for when it goes live. Apparently, I may have to dive in and do some Adam's Family when it launches, since I'll have to just schedule it in advance now, since I know it's when it's dropping. Since I know when it's released now.
Yeah, just watch it. You only have to watch what John schedules to give you the clues to what's coming up.
So maybe instead of Jim we know is an android, but I think now we know that John works for Stadia. He's our inside mole.
Yes.
He's the mole we sent.
There's a future film starring Tom Hanks as John in the works as we speak, being written.
I wish.
So anyway, you got loads of stuff and some Halloween stuff because your calendar's out of whack or something. I can't remember.
Well, I've got stuff all over the place. I've got shows scheduled on October 18th, the 31st, the 7th, the 28th. I got shows all over.
Are you streaming or are you doing again rock concert?
I'm doing a rock concert.
Yeah. Well, you're the guest. You're the host. You're the host for the concert, so I would hope you would show up. Otherwise, I got a lot of money I got to refund.
Always awesome. Thank you so much, my friend. Raimondo. Praise be to thee.
Thank you, guys. We got an awesome show coming up on Retro Rewind. We're going to have one of the devs from Death Carnival. It's one of an indie game that I can't wait to play on Stadia. So might be some updates.
When's that show? When's the show?
Sunday, 12 o'clock Pacific time, whatever. I don't know what time, but 12 o'clock noon time, my time.
Because that was my pick for Pro Game, but I never got it out in time.
Well, I will
Death Carnival.
I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
It's around the corner.
It's close, isn't it? It's close. And John, look at John's little smile. Look at his little smile.
Very close.
Look at him.
Very close. So
I think it's going to be Pro Game, or if not, it'll come soon after.
We will see. We'll see. But
listen, they all know I don't have a clue. They know I don't.
Dude,
Swear it is.
Sonny and John, man. They know. They got the inside scoop.
Sonny and John. That would be like my favorite '60s combo. I got you, babe. I got Stadia news. And finally, hang on, no, Ray. Yes, you got your retro show, and then you've also got, what else have you got?
You guys just check out Ray3473 on Twitter. I stream Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays. Tonight, there's a game called Lemnis Gate, which is an awesome multiplayer game. It looks amazing. might be
Have you
streaming
played it?
tonight.
Have you played it?
It came out
I
today.
deleted it before I
came
even
out
installed
today.
it.
Came out today. I'm looking at videos because I'm like, oh, they're really, because there's a lot to it. So I don't know. But look out for my Twitter. I'll put up what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, but also, ladies and gentlemen, please notice in their lower thirds, I've also added everybody's YouTube and, where it's
Please
appropriate,
subscribe.
Twitch. John, I couldn't find a Twitch for you. I assume you don't have one.
No.
If you do, I'll add it. Okay, great. But get yourselves down and subscribe to, and I tell you why, Ray, this is half the reason, mate, you've only got a handful of subscribers. Look at the flipping length of that name, Ray Sherrod the Gaming Cyborg. Nobody gets it right. I tried Ray3473, I tried Ray, I tried the Gaming Cyborg. That's your problem, pal. Right there. It's in the name.
With me, guys, I just like to play games. It's not about the subscribe. I love
No, but it's respect to you, bro, because you are
fun.
one of the best. You are one of the best, and you deserve to be right up there with the rest of us.
I appreciate
Egypts.
that, but thank you.
Or at least this Egypt. Thank you so much, my beautiful friend. And then, last but not least, John, what have you got coming up?
Well, I'll be streaming Ember this Friday with another fellow Canadian Stadian, Granite T Rock. And because
Granite T Rock, it's my cousin from Canada.
It is, yeah. And you know what? It's a matter of fact, he's only a couple hours away from me in London, Ontario.
Is he?
So there you go.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then, and also this weekend kicks off the big Stadia community event that's going to be running every Saturday in October, Caring from the Clouds. We've got so many people. I know, Rokk, you're part of it. Aaron, Ray, we've got, like, this weekend, we've got Chris, Tom, and Richie from Helix Cloud Games. They've got their 2-year anniversary stream that they're going to be doing a 12+ hour stream of Stadia games and whatnot, and they're going to be raising money for charities. I'll be on playing Adam's Family. We've got Peter Cottontail, Connor Wilson. I mean,
nice.
Project Storm, Clive, Vivi. There's so many people. Stadia Pro Gaming, Jem, Meg, MM2K, Jack, like, just Original Penguin, like, tons of people.
Props to you, my friend, for organising it. And actually, I'm embarrassed because I did mean to get the whole thing ready with links and stuff, and I can completely escape me. But it's your initiative, and so many people have said, including me and Ray, we want to be involved, that you've actually now extended it throughout the whole of October.
Whole month. Yeah, originally it was only going to be a couple of weekends in October, and then it's just everyone said, oh, can we be a part? And I was like, you know what? Yes, of course. So we've extended it. There's 5 Saturdays in October, beginning this Saturday, and it's just going to be amazing. And we've got prizes to give away. I've contacted publishers, and they've graciously been donating prizes. We've got let me do it quickly here. We've got stuff from
what's the blog? Remind me of the blog link again, John. I'll pull it up. fourscarsgaming.com. Just head on over to there, and it's going to be the featured post. We're going to be giving away prize packs of Cake Bash, Fogs, Get Packed, Killer Queen Black, Life is Strange, Adam's Family, all the outright games, Adam's Family, Paw Patrol, the New Riders, Giganosaurus. We've got Kaze and the Wild Masks, and there's more coming in. So it's just going to be, like I said, a massive monthly event here that, what we're doing is we're donating, we're playing games, raising money for charities of our choice. So everyone has selected the charity that they want to play for, raise the money for them to raise awareness for Stadia as well. And just to show that Stadia is global. It's not just the US, Canada, and the UK. We've got people from Germany, Spain, France, Romania, Iwan's in there too. It's just like so many, like all over. And people are going to be streaming in
their native language, whatever they speak. It's not, if you're going to be part of this, it's not say, okay, well, you have to do an English stream. No, if you're in Germany and you stream, in German, well, then that's what it's going to be. So it's like I said, it's just a massive worldwide Stadia community event, and it's going to be awesome. So happy to see such enthusiasm from the community being part of this. And my blog post there, this is where you can find out all the information on it, all the scheduled streams and links to their channels, to Twitter, to the charity that they're playing for, one-stop shop. And we'll be promoting it on Twitter and social media throughout the week and weekends as well.
Just fantastic. And I know, because he's the kind of guy that he is, that Ray will be watching most of these, dipping in and saying hi and supporting, because he's an absolute star.
Yeah. And so like the thing, like even if you can't afford to donate, just coming in, supporting these people that signed up for it, get that like out there, be part of the stream, chat, share, raise that awareness, and everyone's gonna have a good time. So I'm really excited for it. So
that is starting this Saturday.
Yep, starting this Saturday.
There's the URL, ladies and gents. If you pop along to fourscarsgaming.com, and it literally is the first post at the top of the page with all the information, who's streaming, what prizes are going to be given away. Don't click on the link for my YouTube channel because it's typed incorrectly. But other than that,
is it really?
It's okay. Listen, it's a 2 S's, but so good they named him twice.
Oh my gosh, I'll fix that. I thought I grabbed
Of course
it from
you will, dear boy.
Excel
Of course you will.
spreadsheet,
Not a
but
problem. And I need to think about who I'm going to give the money to, if we raise any, and I hope we do, and what I'm going to be doing. But I thought I'd wait till nearer the time and see if there's any lovely surprises coming up.
Well, I know you've done a wonderful job raising money for cancer. I remember that.
I did do I did a thing for leukemia in children a couple of years ago, and that was great. We got up to about $1,000, which was absolutely amazing and very much appreciated. John, I cannot thank you enough for organising this, my friend. You are indeed one in a million, and this deserves to be hugely successful, and I know it will be. Thank you so much for that. Whatever I say now is going to kind of pale into insignificance. But apart from this show, which you can pop in again next Tuesday, of course, and see us all doing our shenanigans around a maybe twas or a maybe not twas. But this Thursday, launching a new show, Thursday night in the UK, 8 p.m. I think that's I think it's 2 p.m. Pacific. I haven't quite done the maths on it yet. 11 a.m. Eastern time, but it's around there. It's a new format. I don't want to say too much just yet, but suffice it to say that I asked everybody that I know in the Stadia community and beyond if they'd be involved, and every single one said yes. And I'm talking everybody from Sonny, Bill, Lloyd to all your favorites. So watch out Thursday, see how many we can squeeze in. It's going to be an amazing show. That's Housemates with myself and Cloud Gaming Dad. I've already given you enough of the music. You're going to have to tune in, and I promise you that song will never leave your ears once it gets in there. It's going to be great fun. Gents, thank you so much for another fantastic show. We always have a chuck with or without the old blog post, don't we?
Yeah,
it's always great fun. So have a good week, and I hope that we get some amazing games this Friday, and that we find out very soon what exactly we were going to be talking about.
They're going to post it.
You know it. You know how it works, my friend.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, thank you for joining us. You've been amazing. Thank you for the donations and for joining Team Rokk. Really, really love you all. We'll see you Thursday, and we will see you next Tuesday. Take care. Right. Say goodbye, everybody.
Guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.